I. I. Wait, are you shy because he's here? Well, let me take care of it first. He walked close towards the guy and they both got into fighting. Vine was so scared. She closed her ears and eyes. She opened her eyes as she heard a gun sound. But the view she saw made her pupil dilate. She put her hand over her mouth. She started to shiver in fear. She lost her balance and fell on the sofa chair. She felt that everything around her was spinning. Jungkook, he, he, how can you? Why did you do that? She asked, struggling to realize what just happened in front of her eyes. You think I would kiss this guy who tried to kill you with a knife? Darling, I'm a mafia. What do you expect? Why looked at him in fear. As he understood the meaning behind that look, he came closer towards the sofa she was sitting and placed his hand on it. He lowered his voice and said, "Don't worry, I won't do anything to you since you are gonna be my wife." Huh? Wife? What if you were not? I would have probably taken you way before. Wine gulped her saliva. At that moment, she just wanted to escape his gaze as she doesn't want to face him again. He ruined my mood. I lost my mood to hear your answer. Chill, darling. Don't be afraid. You're gonna be used to seeing this. I will come later. She wanted to say, "No, I won't marry you," his face, but words were stuck at her throat out of fear, and she saw him leaving a window of relief passed around her. Liam, yes, sir. There is something bad happening around Vine. We don't know about. Keep an eye on her, and also check his body and clean the house. Don't leave a spot. Yes, sir. I forgot to tell. Invest on who is this guy and who sent him. Liam nodded. Next day at Vine's house. So he's for real a mafia? Hey, keep your voice down. Okay. So what Rose said was true? Yes, I saw it with my own eyes. He he actually OMG, I thought she was kidding. You know, I couldn't sleep an eye yesterday. You should have seen me. I was shivering till the morning. Their conversation went long and long. They didn't realize that a lot of time had passed. Alana, it's too late. You should go home. God knows what happens when Uncle sees you here. Yeah, I didn't realize the time as we talked. Alana took her bag and was about to leave, but she came across Vine's uncle at the door. Who are you? Why are you in my house? I am Vine's friend. I'm here to see her. This is not her house, this is my house. Don't come here again, you understand? Vine signaled Alana to not say a word. Alana looked at him angrily and went out. Why would you say that? She's my best friend. You don't have to disrespect her like that. You don't like that? Then go and leave with her. Leave this house. Yes, I'm definitely gonna do it one day. That will be a peaceful day for me. Do it fast, you idiot child. Vine closed her room's door and began to cry. God, will there be a single day that I can sleep without crying? The next night, fight between Vine and her uncle intensified. The neighbors were all close to the windows to hear what's happening. Some felt pity for Vine, but some were enjoying the scene. How many times do I have to say this in your face that I don't like you? I don't know why you came into my life. My life was already miserable, but you made it even more worse. I hate seeing your face. Get lost. How can you say that, uncle? You are the only one I have. I loved you. but you never treat me nicely. I don't know what love parents love is because I don't got it for a long time. I thought I could get that from you, but you never even cared to look at me. What have I done to you to treat me like this? You hate me so much? Your existence. I hate your existence. After you born to your parents, things started to going more worse than it used to be. My parents didn't even want me to live with them because I helped your parents. And at last, they both gone forever to the sky. I started drinking. It's you. It's all because of you. I don't want to see you again. Get lost. Vine silently heard all those words, and it made a storm of sadness in her heart, which started to flow from her eyes. With tears in her eyes, she began to talk. You want me to be gone, right? Her uncle didn't say anything. Okay, I'm going. You won't see me again. She couldn't say everything that that was coming in her head as she was struggling to speak. Vine gently closed her room's door and began to cry on the floor after locking it. After some minutes, she stood up like she planned something and began to pack the bag. She didn't know where she wanna go or whom she could trust. The only thing that was in her mind that time was to leave the house as soon as possible. It was around midnight, 11:30 p.m. Vine was standing at the bus stop with a bag in her hand. She stood there. Some of the street lights were working and some were playing peekaboo, which aroused a fear from within her body. No public transport was passing, only some cars and motorbikes. She could see the devil eyes from the guys passed by. She tightened her grip on her bag. Some random guy. Hey sweetie, are you well on this cold night? Vine ignored him and his friend who was with him on his bike. How much is your price? He tried to grab her hand and Vine slipped off and looked at him in anger. Do you know who I am? I'm the biggest mafia Jungkook's girlfriend. If he ever get to know you, ever looked at me, he gonna kill you both for sure. She don't know where she got that courage to say that and why did she said those words, but it definitely worked. She saw the fear in their eyes as she talked about him. Sorry, don't tell him about us, madam. We are so sorry for coming in your way. Forgive us. They started the bike and vanished into thin air. Vine took a sigh of relief and took her phone. The only name she could think of was Alana's, or should I say, she is the only one contact Vine have. She is her first and last person to go to. Vine was still afraid of the dark and its sounds. She looked around while dialing her number. On phone. Vine? Why calling at this hour? It's a bit unusual for Vine to call her after 10, so she asked worriedly. I left the house. What? I'm at bus stop right now, but I think there will be no public transport after 11 p.m. I don't know where to go. I'm so afraid to be here. I only had one option. That's you. She pressed her lips not to cry again, but it failed. Hey, don't cry, Vine. Where are you? I'm coming there in few minutes. Stay where you are right now, okay? Vine waited for few minutes at the bus stop. When she saw Alana, Vine burst out into tears and hugged her tightly. Alana didn't say anything but caressed her hair and took her phone. At Alana's house. Sit here, okay? I will be right back. After telling my parents about all this, a real cook. Vine nodded in response. It's been few minutes and Vine felt thirsty. So she walked towards the kitchen where Alana headed to. Vine stopped moving forward as she heard them talking. Mom, please, lower your voice. Vine will hear it. Let her hear. I'm not afraid of her. Alana, don't be a child. You know you can't take her home like that. What if her uncle come and make a scene in front of our house? What will be our status in this community? Do you ever think about the reputation after that? How can I face the neighbors in this residence? Alana, you have a grown brother who is at marriageable age. If we made a girl who is in her 20s also to stay in our house, can you imagine the gossips we are gonna hear from the neighborhood? Don't you think your brother brought her here? After that, will he ever get a marriage proposal from a noble family? Mom, you are just overthinking. Look, Alana, I'm more elder than you, so I know what's gonna happen. Then forget it all. What is this house? An orphanage to let a parentless girl stay forever? Mom! She looked at her in confusion. No talking about this matter again. Let her stay this night, and tomorrow morning she should leave the house as soon as possible. Wine heard all that and couldn't move a leg. She saw her only hope of door being shut on her face. Everything around her was trembling and shattering to the ground. She took her bag and walked out of there, not knowing which door to knock next. Everything ended. It's like that. Alana came back to the living room, but she didn't saw Wine there. Wine? Wine, look what you done, she said to her parents angrily and went over to take the keys to search for Wine. Alana's mom. Where you think you're going? Mom, I have to search for Wine. What if something happened to her? You are not going anywhere at this hour. Give me the key. Mom, please. Her mom snatched the keys and walked towards the main door and locked it. Alana looked at her in anger, sadness. She felt helpless. She always wanted Wine to come and live with her, but when it happened, it ended up like this. Pathetic. She couldn't believe her parents' duel's face. Poor Wine, where is she now? Is she safe? She must be hating me. Do I even get to call as a friend? Friend in need is a friend indeed. She cried as that words passed through her head. I'm sorry, Wine, I'm sorry. She cried and cried, thinking about it at the locked door. Wine was walking without knowing the direction. She walked and walked to the point she felt tired. Her throat was dry as a desert. She really needs some water. Her hunger was also dragging her back to go forward. She didn't have anything till noon. Wine fell into the road unconsciously. Full darkness. Nobody was on the road. Only the dim light of the streetlights can be seen. Few minutes passed, still nobody was passing by. Luckily, after a few more minutes, a car passed by and they stopped seeing a person on the road. Next day, when Vine woke up, she was lying on a soft bed, which was in a beautiful, luxurious room. It was decorated so aesthetically as her liking. Vine shocked by seeing that. Maybe a coincidence? Suddenly, she came to her senses and a flashback passed through her brain. She tried to sit up, but she could feel a pain in her forehead. She placed her hand on the forehead and realized there was a bandage over it. You fell onto the ground pretty hard yesterday, I think. She looked towards the door where the voice came from. You? Yes, me. Who else could it be saving you like this? A Prince Charming? Who told you to do that? You should have left me there. A few drops of tears formed in her eyes. Does anybody have to tell me to save you? You're my fiance. How can I leave you there like that? I won't marry you. Hey, calm down. I didn't ask anything about that. I know why you did this. But don't expect me to like you for this. Huh? Instead of thanking me, saving you, you are talking me like this? You were lucky last night, or else how could I came that way last night? I didn't want you to save me, but I had to because I wanna go home right now. Which home? The house you just left yesterday, or to the house they don't want you to stay? She looked at him in shock. How, how, how did you know that? He smirked. First, I put a camera in your house, and so you were stalking me all this time? Kind of. He came closer towards her, and she moved backwards till she reached the end of the bed. What else do you saw? She asked in fear and confusion. Something inappropriate for me to see as a stranger, but appropriate to see as your fiancé. What? She placed both her hands crossed above her chest. Not only that, but everything else too. He winked at her after looking her from head to toe. Pervert, she slapped on his face, but not very hardly. Why are you so shy? I'm gonna see it out someday, anyway. She pushed him to the side and got up out of the bed. And, and about the second? About that, Alana told me everything. I kidnapped her while she was going to the library. She is downstairs. What? Are you crazy? Yes, there was no other way to know what happened last night to you. To be on the road like that, you are unbelievable. Saying that, she ran downstairs to see Alana. Wine? Wine hugged her. Hey, why are you crying? I'm sorry, Wine. I couldn't help you. I'm a bad friend. I know your situation, Alana. I'm not angry, nor I hate you for that. I understand. Relax and go home, okay? Or else they are gonna be worried. You didn't even pick up my phone. Last night I was so worried. I know my phone was out of charge and it was on silent too. So, what are you gonna do now? I don't know. Everything seems so blank right now. I need time to process something. Whatever will it be, I will definitely let you know, okay? Alana hugged Wine. Wine wiped the tears on Alana's face. After Alana gone, Wine took her bag and was about to leave. Why can't you stay here? I don't want to leave with you. What? Am I a beast or something? You are even worse than that, a mafia who kills people. He sighed and looked at her with fierce eyes. You don't obey me while talking gently, aren't you? I order you to stay here. If you dare to take one more step forward, I'll kill you. Vine, shocked by the sudden change in his attitude and voice, she gulped her saliva and looked at him with teary eyes. Liam, take the bag inside the room and let her know about the rules and restrictions here. Jungkook walked out of the room and Vine followed Liam to the room silently. Why my life is like this? I got out of trouble to get into another trouble? That's more dangerous. Don't be afraid. He won't be doing anything to you. Suddenly, Jungkook killing a guy at her house passed through her mind, but she didn't show that she was in fear, but tried to smile and nod in response to Leo. At Vine's house. You are Vine's uncle, right? Yes. Who are you to ask about that stupid girl? Chengu gave a tight slap on his face and threw money over his face. This is enough money for you to live for a lifetime. Take it and don't come back to Vine's life again. You understand? You already gave her enough pain. I can't stand one more. I He grabbed Vine's uncle's shirt collar. I'm only sparing your life because she loved you. Or else I would have put a gun over your head. You understand who I am now? I. Don't stutter. I'm Vine's fiance, soon gonna be her husband. Jungkook walked after there as a storm, while Vine's uncle was looking at him in terror. After a few months, it's been few months after Vine started living with Jungkook house. Most of the time, she didn't get to see him, but when she did, either she was looking at him in fear or was too afraid to look at him. But she saw him looking at her so many days. Everyone in the house was saying nice things about him. He doesn't seem like a bad guy after hearing all that. Liam was the one who talked about him a lot. After hearing all that, she forgot what she planned about escaping the house and now wants to see him more and more. Are you looking for me? He asked close to her ears. She could feel his breath on her ear, which passed down some electrifying signal all over her body. She was peeking into his room after seeing light from it at night. No, I came to take water. She turned around. Now she was facing him. In that white shirt, he looked so magical. She forgot a second about the road and heartless mafia. God, I'm supposed to hate this guy. He is a mafia who doesn't have any mercy. But why my heart is like, do I like this guy? No way, that can't be. Mm, you are looking at my face for quite some time now. Am I that handsome that you lost your words? Huh? Stop dreaming. I was thinking about something else. Then it must be about our marriage. What got into you? Move. I have to go. You are not going. What? You're gonna stay with me tonight. He grabbed her by the waist and pulled her towards him. She bumped onto his chest. I, I felt your Samantha wrestle against my body. He whispered onto her ear. Ah, what kind of guy are you? Let go of me, or else I'll scream and let everybody know what you have just said. Let everybody know. The pervert you are. He closed her mouth with his hand and grabbed her to his room and locked the door. Now scream, let everybody hear. Hey, is somebody there? This mafia guy is a pervert. He smiled and sat on the bed while unbuttoning his shirt. Why are you laughing? And why are you unbuttoning your shirt? Nobody gonna hear you scream from this room. What are your intentions? Stop doing that. What if I'm not willing to? What are you gonna do? Scream? Then scream. He stood up and pinned her onto the bed. Vine's face became red as she saw his bare chest with all the buttons unravel. But he didn't took his shirt fully off him, which kind of disappointed her in some way. Are you blushing? I Vine loves her words. I should know that like this. Is it full moon? Why am I doing this? Well, I'm not a wolf. But why is he seems extremely hot today? Am I in my ovulation? Why do I feel like this? I wanna do something to him. But I don't wanna do too. What's happening? Vine snapped out of her thoughts. She shook her head. Saying this, Jungkook smiled. You are trying to resist your feelings or my charms. I'm not. Stop assuming. Really? He pressed his body a little more towards her and came closer towards her lips. Her heartbeat was at the top. His hot breath was something she can't deny. A few inches left between their lips, but Vine opened her eyes and pushed him to the side. No, I won't marry you. She ran fast towards the door. Jungkook followed her and hugged her from the back. You don't? He asked seductively. Hearing that, is this the love I was waiting for? Is this how love feels like? Am I really in love? Does he really love me? How can I trust him? Even though the people in this house are telling good things about him, his reputation outside is terrifying. I saw it with my own eyes. I used to hate him, but after living in this house, I don't know, maybe I love him. I wanted to I wanted him to notice me and look at me whenever he is home. He became something I can't resist. He kissed on her neck. She moaned, do you really love me? Yes, I do. To the moon and back. Till I die. He answered, placing her onto the bed and started to undress her. He began to kiss every inch of her body, longing to want more and more of her taste. Wine going in pain. I know I am a mafia that everybody feared of, but baby, I love you. I won't hurt you. I'll not let anybody hurt you either. Hearing that, Vine placed her hand onto his left cheek and pulled him towards her and pressed her lips onto his. The tension between them intensified as he flipped her and kissed her more deeply, seductively, passionately. Next morning, Vine woke up near Jungkook. Now she doesn't feel any fear being near him or looking at him. All she felt for him was love. All she could see from him was love. Vine lost the minute she looked at him. At some point, he woke up, but she didn't realize it. Done enjoying my handsome face? Nope, I want to look at it more and more now. But, Vine, I'm a mafia, aren't you afraid? Mm, you are not bad as I thought. He chuckled hearing that. Really? So you don't hate me? No, I started to feel for this rude and heartless mafia guy. Huh? Who is that guy? Should I kill him? Is he disturbing you? He started to tease her. No, he is my fiance. Don't do anything to him. Huh? He looked and confused. Why are you looking at me like that? Marry me if you want. Yes. For the thousandth time. Yes. He hugged her tightly. Vine chuckled. Skip to the wedding. Do you, Jian Jungkook, take Vine as your lawful wife and be with her in her sadness, happiness, till the death do you both apart? Yes, I do. He looked at her and smiled. Do you, Vine, take Jian Jungkook as your lawful husband and be with him in his sadness and happiness till the death do you both apart? Yes, I do. One could see in his eyes the trust, love, care, promise, and everything she didn't get for a long time, which created tears in her eyes. The end.